in 1953, Harold Alfred was surrounded by the dramatic landscape of Alert Bay, British Columbia. Once he mastered the complex design principles in wood, his attention turned to silversmithing. He applied his knowledge of traditional Northwest Coast design to this new material.
I always felt that native art, it's always growing and changing, and you always work on your, the fundamentals and the basics, but you take those to be more innovative, and you're not stuck with one particular color or one particular design. You try to do new things with it and push it beyond what you normally see from it. The challenge is still to keep it traditional. You have to draw on the stories of our elders and tradition, taking those and using those so that they're all traditional but innovative at the same time.
Working in precious metals, Harold is constantly pushing the boundaries of art by using new techniques and new materials. Harold is demonstrating the rare craft of Northwest Coast silversmithing.
If I come up with a nice design that I'm happy with, then I'll do a template for it, and it saves me having to draw it every time. So I'm just laying out the amount of silver I need so I can cut it out and get it ready for polishing. Basically, I'm doing a necklace with 3 separate pieces, 2 paddles and a canoe, and I'm going to polish them to get them ready for putting the design on. What I did is I pre-polished the silver so that after it's engraved, when I repolish it, it's very minimal on the polishing. Otherwise, if I try to engrave it, then pre-polish it, the polishing gets into the engraving, so it's not as clean and crisp as it should be. I've been doing the native artwork about 30 years. Well, I've been drawing ever since I was a young boy. Back then, it's more of just a passion. It's just something that was in us to be down and creating. Chinese white is basically makes it easier for me to see the design when I put the design on it. What I'm doing here is just putting the design, getting it ready for engraving. This will be the centerpiece of the necklace. It'll be the canoe. And the 2 other designs will be paddles. The canoe and a paddle symbolize one's journey through life, and the dentalium in the necklace used to be used as a trade item, and it was sort of like a currency, and it was highly valued. And so the part in the necklace symbolizes the journey through life and the rewards that one gets through the experiences. So I've finished engraving it now, and what I'm going to do is sign the back of the new one, and then I'll be ready for cutting out after this. Let's do it stylized H.J. Alfred. So I finished filing the edges. Now I'm going to stamp it so I can have some guide holes for some holes I need to drill into the ends. But what I've done here is I've outlined the shape of the canoes and the paddles, and then I've carved it out in reverse of the shape that I want it to be. So I try to clean off the triply so that it doesn't, like I say, doesn't transfer to the polishing wheel. So now that's all ready to be washed, and after that we'll put it together. We need to let it kind of dissolve the polish, and then we can clean it up and dry it off. After I dry it, just add some wire to it. That's what's going to hold the dentalium and the silver beads, and what's going to connect them together. That's what I'll also use to put onto the chain. So what I'll do first is add some wire to it. I like to wrap the wire around itself just to make sure it's secure, so it won't come off. What I'm going to do next is use some dentalium. So I got to make sure that the edges are clean so that the bead will sit in with no problem. The dentalium is actually a shell that comes from the west coast of Vancouver Island. It was used for trade up and down up and down the coast, and it was almost like a currency. These are sterling silver beads, and the wire is all sterling. I usually leave enough wire on the end here, so when I wrap it around, it'll hold this bead securely against the end, so there won't be any movement later. Sometimes I'll use different colored beads on these, like a nice amber one, or I've even done it with gold beads, and they all seem to work nice. Once you have a nice design, it really becomes limitless on what you can use that design on. I've done them in like the copper bowls, and I've done them in etched glass, and I've done them in the stained glass, and as well as using the designs on jewelry. Basically, you know, trying to find new things to work in different styles and learning the techniques of them, and then trying to apply them into different aspects of the native arts. Like with the bowls, it's just one of the things that I wanted to try something new with. About being an artist, one of the things that I learned was that you never stop learning. You know, I'm always constantly trying to try new things and not be just happy with what I've done or what I know.